Welcome everybody back. We don't have a name for this series yet, but we're going to have a clever name for you later. To start things off, I'm Nick.
Mike.
Travis.
And CJ.
Yeah, we're all here. We're all having fun. But we want to actually talk to you about, we had a couple suggestions about this, kind of almost like on a monthly basis, but it's more focused on the games that we've been playing, games that are games that maybe we recently finished that we think that are really good to note or to talk about. I mean, usually some of us, mainly me, are really behind on the very recently released games, but we're kind of having this as a new thing to talk about the games that we have been playing or games that we are about to start playing, and where we kind of stand on that is giving you an update on, hey, we think that if you like this, you should check out these games. So
and these are going to be more focused on games that we haven't been playing on screen, because
yes,
we do more than just that.
Right.
Yes. So games that we're playing personally, not really. Yeah. Games that we're playing personally, not like for channel things, or you never know. Sometimes they may become channel things later on. So, who would like to start?
I will volunteer CJ to start.
Good save.
Thanks, buddy. So the first game that actually me and Travis just started playing a little while ago was Diablo 3. And we just started this. We both made brand new characters and just started playing it. And it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. I've never played it before. Travis played it once before, but got rushed through it so fast.
Yeah, so me and one of my other friends, Robbie, we always used to play the campaign, but he would always be the, super rush mode. So I never really got to actually enjoy the campaign. I also have a bunch of hours into playing the adventure mode, which is a completely different style of Diablo. But I wanted to enrich myself in the campaign again, so I'm like, hey, you'll actually enjoy story with me, whereas Robbie skips through all the cutscenes and just teleports everywhere.
Yeah.
So he's like Erik.
Yes.
Yeah, so exactly. We're watching all the cutscenes, exploring what we want to explore, doing our own thing sometimes, but it's a joy to play with him and a joy to play the game in general. Oh, yeah. But anyway, yeah.
What is that?
All right, then.
Well,
Is that the only game you've been kind of doing off screen? Because I know you've been busy doing Rabbids and such.
That one I've played. Always dabble in League of Legends and World of Warcraft. Those are always very consistent games.
What game did you just say that you finished? That's one of your top 5s now.
Well, that's kind of a big deal.
ooh, yeah, that is a big deal.
Horizon Zero.
Oh, Horizon. I didn't say it's
You said it
dabbles
might be.
close to top 5.
You said it might be.
But yes, I did finish Horizon Zero Dawn not too long ago. I did wait until it kind of went on sale a little bit, stopped the Game of the Year, almost Game of the Year hype. So I did get that. I beat that, probably logged 40 hours in a couple days. And it was a great game. It was very beautiful, open world game, lots of side quests. You like RPGs and storyline, it definitely has all of that for you. And the combat system is really unique because there's no guns. It's all bow and arrow and melee attacks against giant mechanical robot dinosaurs who have guns and other things that can shoot you in the face.
Nice.
That sounds so cool.
Loved it. Loved the combat system. Loved the open world, and it's a beautiful game on the PS4.
That game is so high on my list of games that I need to play eventually.
Yeah, you do need to play.
Oh
it.
yeah.
Man.
Especially if you've
Mike,
been
where does-
loving.
I was gonna say, Mike, where does PUBG fall on that list
Of what?
of games that you need to play?
Well, I've played it now, and it's on my list of games I'll probably never play again. So,
That's where Fortnite is for me now. I tried it probably 2 weeks ago and hated it.
Yeah, see,
The way that
that game
the way
was
that
so
I've heard
boring to
Fortnite
me.
explained is just like you're playing it for a little while, and then I know where it's like I've not run into anybody for 5 minutes. Oh, I'm dead.
Yep.
I guess I'll play again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been told from so many people, just don't get into it. From the people who are addicted to it, they're like, don't get into it.
Yeah.
Well, Travis, have you been playing Fortnite, or I forget
I
you're on a
have
PS4?
not played Fortnite because of the people who I know who do play Fortnite. They're like, just save yourself. I have been playing a ton of games though.
Yeah, because there's one that I know I want to talk a little bit of, I want to mention at least in this video with Travis, because we just were geeking out about the ending of it recently.
It almost made me cry.
It was such a good ending.
It was.
I think it's an extremely underrated game. Sorry, I'm just going to break. It's I Am Setsuna. Me and Travis, so Travis actually, I don't know what happened, somehow his Switch got a mind of its own, went to the eShop and downloaded itself onto his Switch. I mean,
Yeah,
crazy
I don't know how that
stuff
happened, because
happens.
my Lenten promise said I couldn't, and then it just so happened that it pulled $30 or $15.
20.
I don't know how much it was. I got it when it was
It
on
was
sale.
20.
It was like 15. And,
was 20 on
and then
sale.
it was there, and who am I to, reject it at that point?
And I kept bugging Travis to finish it as well, because I feel like it's very underrated. There's certain things that I wish that were better about it, but I look at the ratings online. I feel like it is a very underrated game, honestly. I think that it's lacking a couple ways to interact with the world, but as of story-wise, at the very end, it gets really, really good. So I was going to say, if you haven't played it yet...
And then I think the reason why the ratings are not as high as it could be is because, like, the characters, even after you unlock them, you kind of just generally stay with the same party anyway, so... You didn't, I know if you use the other people and you gave them the right equipment that they would be just as viable as anybody else, but you just kind of are like, these people are already ahead, so I might as well just keep them.
Well, this was also like Tokyo RPG's Factory, like one of their first like big projects and whatnot. So, like, at least in my mind, well, I did notice one big thing, because there was a time where I was facing a boss fight. I can't remember which one it was, but he ran off of screen. And I didn't think that he, because his character model didn't actually spawn back in the fight, so I was literally staring at an empty area, and then I got hit by like a group attack doing like 100 in my party. I was like, wait a second, is he just glitched right now, and I can't even see the boss at this moment? And so I mean, I think there's some kinks that they definitely had to work out.
It was a different boss fight, and like he has the capability of eating you. And I went to revive that said character who got eaten, but it showed the health bar came back up as he was alive, but he never actually appeared back.
Huh.
That's weird.
But
really there was a couple,
because he was my healer and I needed him.
there's some glitchy moments, like not really glitchy moments. There's like just a few moments where it's just like that definitely should not have been in there.
Yeah,
overall,
but I mean, for me, like
really
it hardly even took away from the gameplay,
like,
especially because the gameplay, like what we were saying when we were geeking out the other day, was the gameplay really complements the story, in that like you can't have one without the other. It was so good.
Well, I think it does a good job. I mean, it is a linear story, but I think it does it very well, and it does it where I think the pacing is done at the right point. I think at the end it gets a little long, but yeah, the pacing I think is done well throughout it. It wasn't it didn't kind of suffer from like the Final Fantasy 13 syndrome, but it did. I did wish that it had other ways that you could interact with the environment. If you want to have like maybe a mini game or two, you're not going to find it in there. You're going to be taking on this really amazing, heartbreaking journey. But it is a very good story. But what other game? I don't want to talk about it too long, because I'm just saying it's an underrated game. I think people should check it out, especially if they enjoy that. Especially if they enjoy those kinds of games. I like to think the combat was very unique and everything. But what other games have you been playing, Travis?
What other games have I been playing? Let's see. Let's look at my Switch library right now. I've been playing some Pokemon Tournament with my friend Robbie and my cousin Mike. Let's see. I mean, that's basically exactly the same as the Pokemon and Wii U, but there's a few added characters. There's not much to say. It's just a typical fighting game. I've been playing a lot of Shovel Knight lately. I have almost beaten that campaign already, and I downloaded it just a couple days ago. I've basically been playing either that or I Am Setsuna. I have played this game, but that was on recording, so you'll see what game it is in the future.
Nice.
I've been playing a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild because you poopheads told me that I need to play a lot more of it. And because it's an open world game, I get addicted. And I still am trying to figure out if I'm actually enjoying myself or not. That's what's so weird, is I have put a ton of hours in. Let's see if I can pull up the amount of hours that I've been playing in this game. And I am still trying to figure out if I'm actually having a lot of fun or not.
It's just the open world games just suck you in way too much. Like, he had to tell me to text him at like 2 o'clock in the morning when I got out of work to make sure he goes to bed. And I did.
Travis,
I texted him at like 2:30 in the morning, and he responded, "Okay, I will." He then texted.
1 hour.
He texted me the next day. He didn't go to bed until like 4.
Travis, it says you played for 24 or 25 hours or more.
It's 25 hours. So I played 25 hours of it, and I'm still trying to figure out if I'm truly having fun with it or not. But I was also kind of doing the grinding of getting the towers so I can just fast travel.
Yeah, the shrine hunting. Yeah, that's fair.
But,
I mean, I will say this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead and say your thing, because I might play off of it.
That's fine. I was just gonna say I have been playing Breath of the Wild still. I mean, I've been doing it for streaming wise, but I'm still enjoying just running around in the world doing whatever. Like it's crazy. I've played a lot of Breath of the Wild. I've gotten the shrines. I've gotten 255 Korok seeds at this point, and I'm still discovering new chests and whatnot that I never noticed the first time I run through. And
You
I
have
think
put
that's the best part about the
105
game.
hours in.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But either way, Breath of the Wild is fantastic game. But yeah, I will say the other games though that I've been playing is I'm replaying Sonic Mania again. I want to beat that because I got it for Switch instead of playing it on Pat's PS4. I also just got Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I'm very excited to be starting that out. I'm not sure if you guys know on the Discord, but I'm really excited to start that as well. But another game that I was actually playing that I picked back up just to mess around with on 3DS is a Pokemon Omega Ruby, and that is. I'm kind of forgetting how much fun that game was, but it doesn't have a ton to do, at least in my mind, compared to like Pokemon Y. But there's still people trading, and there's still a lot of fun ways that you can kill time playing it. So I'm enjoying it a lot. But as my side games, I've been playing Sonic Mania and Breath of the Wild. But as my main game, I think I'm gonna start on Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because my main game before was I Am Setsuna. So.
Very nice. I also have one more game that I've been playing. Me and Scooter, actually, were just playing Portal 2, the co-op of it, and we finally beat it last night. It was really fun. I really like Portal, and I might make Portal 2 one of the games that we actually put up, which would be cool.
It'd be cool. What about you, Mike? I know you have a lot of games that you're probably gonna mention.
Kind of. Well, yeah, maybe. Depends. We'll see. The first one I want to talk about is a game called Orwell, because this game was super cool, and I feel like a lot of people have probably never heard of it. It's this game where the whole point is like you're on a website, and that's it. And you're sort of this like undercover guy that works for the government that's like trying to stop terrorist acts from happening and stuff. And so you have access to like everyone's private information. It's like this big surveillance thing.
Oh, it's Facebook.
Right. Well, that's funny because that's kind of the point of the game. Is it's a big moral question, because like you're hacking into people's things and you like see personal things about their lives, and then people start to find out that you're watching them, and they sort of start to get paranoid and suspicious, and then you start to question yourself too, like, oh, am I kind of going too far with this? You know, am I like digging information about people that I shouldn't be tracking? Things like that. So there's a lot of like moral decisions. There's choices you make in the game that can like affect the ending. It's not like super crazy in that regard, but it's a lot of fun. It's very easy to pick up because again, there's no combat. It's just clicking on a website. That's what the whole game is, and like listening in on phone calls and stuff like that. So I would recommend the game if you're sort of into that type of political drama type stuff. It is a lot of fun. It's very short too. It's only a few hours, but I think that one's worth checking out. Other than that, I don't know if I beat any games this month except for Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, but I don't need to talk about that because it's pretty much the same as Omega Ruby. I've been playing a lot of Far Cry 5. I'm about like halfway through that game. I'm loving that game so far. Kind of like Travis said with Breath of the Wild. I spend so much time just like randomly like roaming around, hunting animals, finding outposts, things like that. So that game has been a lot of fun too. But again, other than that, you know, God of War I've been playing, but I've been doing that one on stream. I just want to mention it because I think that's probably the best game. I've only played the first like 2 hours of it, but so far it's probably the best game I've played in the past 2 years, I would almost say.
Yeah, no, that game looks
good.
super good. I've been watching the streams like after they've actually happened because I haven't been able to catch you when you were streaming. But that game looks super good, and I wish I had a PlayStation to play it.
It's so great. I mean, people are saying this is like another system seller. Like, it's worth buying the whole system just for the game. The only negative you really hear about it is that it's so different from the other God of War. So if you're expecting like the God of War game to play as the others, you'll be let down. But it improved everything. The combat I think is smoother. It's different, but it has relations to the other games. But the combat feels smoother. The story is great. Kratos isn't some one-dimensional asshole anymore. He like has more of a purpose now, and so I think that's really cool too. So again, that's another one that I'd really recommend. I guess I could talk about Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia too. I'm probably 10 hours into the game at this point, and I'm really falling in love with it. It's not too difficult, but the difficulty is starting to ramp up, which is something I was worried about, because at the beginning it was super easy, and I was like, this is kind of boring. But it's starting to get to the point now where I have to be a little more cautious with what I do, and I really like that. I like it when I have to plan things out a bit more.
I will say this on the front of Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia, for the people who know before about all the complex part. Obviously, Shadows of Valentia was a callback to the old school game Fire Emblem Gaiden, and that was when the combat system was not nearly as complex. So that was the one where like you didn't have the weapon triangle, like swords didn't beat axes, axes didn't beat lances, lances didn't beat swords. This was the time like before all that, before all the crazy broken skills that got introduced in the game, and it was more focused on a story aspect in that way. But I will say also one of the things that's brutal about Fire Emblem Echoes is the level upgrades suck. If you don't get a good level, if RNG screws you over, your character can just be bad.
Yeah, I've noticed where I get like +1 in like luck, and that's it, and I'm like, really? This is what you're giving me right now?
And that's just something you got to get used to, because that can definitely screw over a character. Because I've seen the playthroughs online of people's alms being really, really good, but there's also ones where for some reason the alm just never gets speed, and so he just gets doubled by everybody, and so then he just sucks.
And I learned something new.
That's a tough one too.
I didn't know it was RNG, and I thought all the level ups were like the same. I didn't know it was RNG, so
yeah, no,
now
RNG can screw you over pretty bad. Yep. You'll be fine, especially if you're doing it, because I beat it on hard mode and I had a lot of bad level ups going up. But that at least it just gets you to appreciate the good level ups even more, though. Okay,
well, good to know. And I will mention one other little game that I've been super addicted to, but it's like a very tiny side game, and that's Pokemon Picross. I love Picross games so much, and I've probably wasted so much money. It's one of those microtransaction games where like you have to like pay to unlock stuff. And I feel so guilty, but I've put in probably a good like $5-10 to that, just so I can like keep playing, because I love those games, and so that one's super fun too. I wouldn't recommend it because it's it's a money ripoff scam, but I like it, so that's what matters.
If you like it, I'll like it too. I'll drop money on it.
Yeah, it's a cute little puzzle game, and it's actually free. It does that thing where like now you have to wait 1 hour to unlock more stamina to play the next level. It's like one of those types of games.
I can see that.
Yeah. So the game itself is fun. It's just I get annoyed by that stuff. But
Yeah, it's a feature. I realized recently, like, it's a feature that we don't really recognize until recently, just because of the fact that like before I didn't think it was as much of an issue, but there was games designed that before that were just like arcade cabinets, and I loved those things. Like this is just doing it, but on a lot smarter of a scale, I guess is a better way to say it.
And I mean, it's not a huge deal because the game is free, so I guess like you can pay to get rid of that, but it costs $15. But then I guess it's like saying, well, I just paid $15 for the game. So I guess if you're giving me the game for free, it's not a huge deal, But still,
I can understand that. But no, I was gonna say, those are Do we have any other games that we want to mention?
I think for me, that's.
I have talked about all the games that I've actually been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Any games you want to play, Travis?
There's just so many games.
That can be a whole nother video at this point, CJ.
Really, yeah, seriously. I just want games.
So I guess
realistically, I want to start up Xenoblade Chronicles X again, so that I could then get Xenoblade 2 that's on the Switch. But that's so many hours of gameplay that I have yet to do that there's no way I would be able to do that until like a year from now.
Yeah, my next game for sure is actually going to be God of War. I'm probably going to buy it in the next couple days.
Good choice.
And buy yourself something.
You might have influenced me to make my next game Horizon Zero Dawn too, because I forgot about that game, and now I want it again.
Yeah, let's just like trade PS4s for a couple days.
I'm down. I'll send you God of War and you send me Horizon.
I'd be totally down.
Man, we just got a PS4 swap going right now.
There we go.
That's hot.
I like Kingdom Hearts for you people who want to give me another PS4.
Yeah, Travis needs a PS4 first.
Yeah, we'll send him that.
All right, so first thing is, if in the comments if you want to donate Travis $500 so we can get a PS4 Kingdom
start
Hearts
a
and a
GoFundMe.
customized PS4 control. Yeah, start a
Travis
GoFundMe
really
for
wants
Travis to play Kingdom. Travis really wants his PS4. But yeah, so anyway, what do you think of this series? We might have a clever name when we release a video. We might not. We don't know yet. But anyway, let us know how if you like it, because we most of the time we discuss this stuff in streams, and it's kind of cool to make a YouTube video for people who don't watch the streams all the time, because we actually get game suggestions from you guys, and it's really cool to hear if we like the games that you like as well. So yeah. Otherwise, if you like this idea, please let us know, and please let us know so we can keep doing it. We'll probably do it on, like, I don't know, a monthly basis if we can.
Yeah.
Maybe have it as, like, on the same thing as our anticipated releases. Otherwise, anything else you guys want to add?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, sounds good. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.